All right, yo. So today I'm on the road for 12 hours. So figured we'd do some videos, especially because there's no internet. I'm in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, and there's no internet. So instead of falling asleep at the wheel, I figured I'd do a video. Anyway, man, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine this morning, and he was like, "Hey, man, I saw your post about SHIB. You know, somebody put in $8,000 and their gains in SHIB, became worth $5.7 billion. True story. I mean, they're just looking at the blockchain and looking at the wallets on the blockchain, and they're like, dude, this really happened. This is a thing right now. And I hope that person doesn't sell, because we don't need 5.7 billion SHIB selling on the market. That would drive the price all the way down. But we do. I mean, if I was him or her or them, I would be like, yo, sell like $1 mil, $2 mil a day worth of SHIB and make my money. Anyway, he said it's not good that somebody can make that much money, because when you tell people about it, it makes it seem not real, and so then they don't want to get into it. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's pretty real to me. And the dude that I was having a conversation with, like, he's made good money this year off crypto. First time getting into it. You know what I mean? Making good money, learning a lot. And so he said he was talking to his friend, and his friend was like, "You see, 8,000 to 5 billion? What? That's not even possible. See, this thing is not even real. This crypto stuff is not even real." And I think right now, if anybody takes that approach to their investigation into crypto, then it's okay. They could just stay out. All right, it's fine. Just don't. It's not real then. Okay. And I told my friend, I said, "Well, look, man, when you come through in a Bentley or a new Tesla, he's gonna say that's fake. We know what. How you bought it. You know what I mean? He's gonna say that's fake. This is real gains in this market. It's just that people are so used to making much slower money. It's like when horse and buggies were prevalent, and somebody said, "You know what? I don't think I want to ride in a machine." Everybody was like, "What? A machine? That's so dumb. Why would you ride in a machine?" Clearly, the horse is more durable than a machine will be. It can traverse more areas than a machine can, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But, the machine doesn't get tired. You just need to put gas in it. It's low maintenance. If I leave my machine in the garage for a few days, it's not going to die, It can run as fast as I want it to run. I just literally just hit the pedal like this. You know what I mean? And it goes. I don't got to, giddy up, come on, ha! I don't got to do all that, right? And, but there were people who were against the horse and buggy. Dude, there were people who were against cell phones. People thought, man, there one time in the world there was 8 computers, right? And somebody said there's too many computers in the world at 8. And these computers could only do like simple calculations, like not even complex equations, And somebody said that there's just too many computers now in the world, you guys, stuff like that. That's who these kinds of people are, Dude, take it from me, okay? When I was investing in crypto, everybody thought it was so dumb. Everybody thought it was stupid. Nobody was like, "Oh man, that's a great idea. Invest in crypto, Teddy." Like, because nobody knew what it was. Everybody just heard whatever they heard about it, and I'm nobody, right? And so everybody just kind of wrote it off. And it just is what it is. Man, I had another friend of mine I was talking to him about putting together a mining farm. We just needed to put up like 20 or 30 grand, which he had. And I was talking to him about it, and he was liking it. And then he called his business partner up to get on the phone. And this business partner didn't know anything about crypto and just tried to start teaching me about what crypto is, and was totally wrong. He was totally wrong. You know what I mean? But I was like, all right, never mind, forget it. You know what I mean? We're not going to do it. And there's tons of people like that. And that was when Bitcoin was at like 3,500 the first time, and that later that year went up to 20 grand, you know? So, you got Hassan Minhaj. We watched the video this morning. Hassan Minhaj on his Netflix show, he did like a little segment where he was just railing against Bitcoin investors, and he was like, "You idiot! It crashed down to 6,000," and it was like, well, it was $1,000 like a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? It crashed to 6,000. You know, this is investing, right? A lot of people just don't understand. One, they fear what they don't understand. Okay, that's number one. You know, they fear what they don't know. Two, some people, believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe this part, but believe it or not, some people are salty about other people doing well. You know what I mean? And then number three is that people don't want to take the time to investigate, and they don't have the humility to admit that they may be doing the wrong thing, choosing wrongly. And so they, you know, write things off based on assumption. And when they see other people doing good, you know, it pricks their ego. You know what I mean? There's tons of, man, if you're investing in crypto, I'm sure if you told your family, told your friends to get into it, they all looked at you crazy. Bro, I've had hundreds of conversations with people. People had a chance to get in at 3 and 5 and 7 grand many times, just from me telling them like, yo, you need to buy this. You should buy Bitcoin. You should get in, bro. It's good. And nobody, or I don't know if nobody listened, but I mean, definitely some people listened. But from the majority of the people, you know, they just didn't want to go learn themselves, and then they were too skittish about getting into it because they didn't know it. You know what I mean? And then they're you know, hitting me up this year. They're buying in at 30K. Buying in at 30K. You know, man, there's a friend of mine, dude. He could have had like 4 Bitcoin at 10K a pop and spent 40 grand, but instead he spent 100K and got 3. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know, it is what it is. But I'm sure all of you out there who are investing in crypto, you know, maybe you don't have the best, you're not getting, you know, the best reception from folks. Like, they're not looking at you as a trading, you know, genius yet, right, for your investment in the cryptocurrency, even though you're probably up, you know, a good amount, right? And you're probably doing better than a lot of their investments. It just is what it is, man. It's part of the game. This is new territory. Bless you. It's easy for everybody to say all kinds of mess about the new thing, but look, back in, you know, 2012, 2013, yeah, like Bitcoin was for nerds. The main exchange, dude, was this thing called Mt. Gox, MT Gox, okay? And what it stood for was Magic the Gathering online exchange. It was like for exchanging Magic the Gathering cards, dude. Like, it can't get more nerdy. It could never get more nerdy than that. That's as nerdy as possible. And then it became, you know, a safe haven for people to do drug transactions, weapons transactions, all kinds of stuff on there. And then the FBI busted it up, you know? So, back then, looking at Bitcoin back then, all right, man, I see why you don't want to get into that. Like, it's highly speculative, you know, there's all kinds of weird stuff associated with it, etc., etc. Today, though, like, if you're not a believer today, if you can't see the writing on the wall today, bro, nobody can help you. You know what I mean? Good luck. HFSP. Google that. You know what I'm saying? But today, you got banks clamoring to get the laws changed so that they could invest in crypto. You know, you got the biggest companies in the world putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. You know, the biggest companies in the world integrating blockchain technology. using the same coins we're trading on the market. You know what I'm saying? El Salvador made it legal tender, and then 5 other Latin American countries put in legislation to do the same thing or something comparable. You know what I mean? This isn't going anywhere, my friend. And if you think this is not real, you know what I mean? Like Michael Saylor put in $3 billion and now has $8 billion, and he didn't even do anything to gain it. It's COVID. He just sat in his room doing podcasts and jumping on conferences. You know what I mean? Without even hopping on a plane. Come on, man. If they don't think it's real, like, you don't think you're the one who's wrong because they don't think it's real, dude. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially like you're talking to somebody who has no clue. And look, man, I don't care how many licenses they got. I don't care where their degrees from. I don't care how many businesses they built. I don't care what they've traded it before. Okay, this is not this is not the same as stocks. This is not stocks. This is brand new tech. This is brand new everything, basically. This is brand new market, brand new, wealth distribution. There's so many aspects of life that are affected by the existence of cryptocurrencies that, it takes somebody a while to really wrap their head around what's really happening. Okay? Man, the other thing is like banks, right? It's crazy that PayPal exists. It's so mind-boggling that PayPal exists. PayPal should not exist. Cash App should not exist. Because how come banks didn't set up a system to where I'm at Chase and I can just send money instantly to somebody at Bank of America? How does that system not exist? That's nutty, man. That's insane. And we think that because these people have, the giant money pile, of the world, that we think they're smart, and they still haven't come up with a system that could even compete with PayPal, dude. Venmo. Come on, bro. These people are smart? You tell me these people are smart? No, they're not. IQ's very low. Imagine if you had access to their resources and you were a consumer. Like, what would you come up with? Wouldn't you come up with a peer-to-peer payment plan where somebody just sends money to somebody else and then we work out the logistics in the background and settle it up? What's the internet? Like I was saying on another video, there was a banker, I think it was at Fidelity, actually, not a banker, but it was like one of these guys at Fidelity, and he literally went on a rant and he posted a thread on Twitter about how this is like the process for settling up your account that banks do whenever you transact with your debit card. And there were portions of it that used paper, like people writing down things on paper, dude, or printing something out to get signed off. Dude, it's crazy. This is insane. It's 2021. That's why they're not going. I mean, they're done. Like, a bank is done. I'm sorry, man. You work at a bank, I'm sorry. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe. But, it's 2021. You don't have an app that competes with PayPal. You know what I'm saying? You don't have an app that competes with Cash App. Here's the other thing. People who have more money than me, people who have a lot of money, okay, are calling me up and asking me what crypto is. What is it? How does it work? How should I invest in it? You know what I mean? And I'm at the bank one time, and the guy in front of me, he walks up to the teller, and he says, "Hey man, what's Bitcoin? What is that?" And the teller's response is, "I don't have any idea about any of that. I can't give you an answer." Literally, word for word. That's what he said. And the guy's like, "You don't know?" And he said, "No, I don't have any idea about it." And I found the guy. We're Facebook friends now, but like I met up with him before he left. And but that's crazy. So now these people are going to talk to me. I'm nobody. I'm nobody, dude. Like, these people want to talk to me because they can't get answers from anywhere else. And there's all kind of crap all over the internet. They don't know who to believe and what to trust and where to listen and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They're talking to me. This is a major flaw. This is a major gap in institutional banking, bro, and the world of finance. This is a major, major gap. I did a great phone call with a financial advisor and 2 financial advisors. One of them was a good friend of mine. Same thing, man. I was like, yo, look, man, people are seeing their nephew make like, $5,000 this week, and that guy, was gonna drink bleach 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So, they're seeing their nephew make that money or their niece make that kind of money, and they're like, dude, how do I get in on this? And they talk to somebody who's their financial advisor, and the financial advisor doesn't have the tools or even the educational background to, enlighten these people. So they talk to me. These people call me, bro. People are asking me about retirement. One person asked me today about, hey, I need this much to retire. How can I get there? Why are you asking? I mean, I know why you're asking me, and I appreciate you guys asking me, and I love to help. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with asking me. I'm saying though to, the people who have lettered, names. You know what I'm saying, and titles and experience and are in the industry of financial advising, and financial services. You should be asking them, but they don't know. They don't know. They don't have the answers. They're very far behind. You know why? Arrogance. The leaders of that industry have been very arrogant towards cryptocurrency. And so, wrapping your head around what this is, what it means, how it works, what it does, it takes a long time. The learning curve is great. And, if you're not humble enough to recognize that there is a new thing in town you need to learn about that is not only threatening the status quo of your current thing, but is an invincible force against it, and when a rising object meets a falling object, the rising object always destroys the falling one. So it is what it is, man. Don't trip. If you're getting ridiculed, it's cool, bro. Like people were getting ridiculed about investing in Facebook. People were getting ridiculed about doing YouTube videos, making Instagram posts and stuff like that. People were ridiculed about doing TikToks. People are still getting ridiculed about it. And then other people are laughing all the way to the bank, And I don't want to make it all about money, but it's not all about money, but it is about the money. That's another thing. There's some people in the crypto space, or even outside the crypto space, that just keep saying the greed of those people who want to make 1,000% gains off their money. Like, dude, anytime you hear that, please tell that person, get off their high horse. Who are you to tell somebody that they shouldn't make as much money as they possibly can? In a way that's ethical and doesn't hurt anybody, you know what I mean? And then they try to say that, well, this is a Ponzi. I've been hearing it for years. Where's the rug pull on Bitcoin? You know what I mean? Where's the rug pull on Ethereum? It's not here. These are people who have no idea what they're talking about, And so if you're a young person or an old person and you're struggling and you got a little bit of change and you want to make it stretch and you can't afford to do 100% gains in a year. That's not fast enough for you to accomplish the goals you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody shame you into, out of taking a chance with cryptocurrencies, investing in cryptocurrencies. I've never seen any asset class in the history of asset classes where somebody can invest as little as a couple dollars a month, $5 a month. Some people put in a very tiny amount of Shiba Inu, and it has changed their life. Now, I'm not advocating for everybody to jump on every crap coin that comes along with an Eno on it. I'm just saying there's no other investment class, there's no other asset class where that's even possible. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what your economic level is, or it doesn't matter how much money you're able to put in. If you just get started, get going, get learning, you know what I mean? You could really make a huge impact on your own portfolio, on your financial future, and the future of your family. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these, don't let all them people scare you out of doing something that they don't even know about. They couldn't even tell you about it. Tell them to put together a coherent argument. Man, I was arguing with my homeboy down in LA one time. I was standing at my boy's crib and his roommate, we were arguing about Bitcoin. This guy just wouldn't let me talk, and then he would keep saying like either straw man arguments or just things that were incorrect. And then we got to the point where I was like, look, man, not all blockchains are the same, dude. That's why Bitcoin is the best one. He said, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, bro, blockchains are built differently. You know what I mean? Some people have control over theirs, and other blockchains aren't, under control of somebody. And that's why Bitcoin's the best. And that's when he shut up. And it could have been an opportunity where he learned a tremendous amount about cryptocurrencies and got a whole bunch of questions answered and changed some misconceptions that he had. But he didn't take that opportunity. Instead, he wanted to posture, and he wanted to, try to be right, quote unquote, against me. Like, who cares if I'm wrong, right? Like, why would you care if I'm wrong or if we were right against me? Like, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? But that's what people do. People do that. And you got to understand that's where they're coming from, and that's what they're doing. And don't let it deter you from making decisions that you feel are correct or that you've learned to be the right thing to do for you, because you've actually done the research, you studied something, you know what I mean? Most of these people are just, just haters, bro. Just haters. They're just hating. So yeah, man, that's my 2 cents. All right, love you. Holla at me if you got any questions. Peace.